Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to see a new question in our DSA in Python playlist, and the question name is sort colors. This question is also called sort 01, 2. Okay, so now let's see what is the problem description given here. In this question you will be given an array nums, and there will be, let's say there are n objects. Okay, some are colored red, some are white, and the other ones are blue. Okay, so you need to sort them in place. Now like those, what we need to do is we need to collect all the let's say red color. Okay, so it should be collected at one place, then we should go with white, then blue. Okay, so red here is denoted with 0, white is denoted with 1, and blue is denoted with 2. Okay, so let's say now I have an array. Okay, 0 1 2 0 1 1 2 0. Okay, so the answer that I will be returning after like sorting this array is, like, I will be bringing all the zeros together, then I will be bringing all the ones together, after that I will be bringing all the twos together. Okay, now we have been told that while solving this problem we cannot use the library's sort function. Okay, so we have been restricted here that you cannot use the sort function. Now the examples we can see here, as we saw in the above, we have been given an array and we have to sort that. So basically it is sorting only, right? Means if we have been given different elements and we will be sorting, so if like it will be like this only, right? So now let's see the constants. The n here is equal to the nums of the length, that is fine, because what does this n denote? N is the number of objects. Okay, now we have been told that n will be lying from the length of the array will be from 1 to 300. Okay, and the number in I, okay, or the elements in the array will either be 0 1 or 2. It cannot be anything else than that. Now we have been given a follow-up question that can you come with a one pass algorithm with using only constant extra space. So basically it is telling that you need to have a time complexity of O of n, right, and the space complexity should be of O of 1. Okay, so now in the brute force approach, or the simplest thing that we will be thinking about is, like, if we are not given this specific term that you are not allowed to use library sort function, then we will be thinking that why don't we normally sort that, right? So basically we will be going with sort functions, and using the sort function we will be sorting the entire array, right? In that case, if we are using the pre-built function, the time complexity for the sorting will be from, like, will be O of n log n, right? And the space complexity that we will have will be O of 1 only, because the sorting will be taking place in that array only, and we will not be using anything extra. Now the thing is, this is like taking time complexity of O of n log n, and we have an expected time complexity of O of n, right? So how do we solve that now, right? So the better approach is, if we will like go through the question little bit, like we will go in depth of the question, we will see that we have only three elements, right? We have 0 1 or 2. We cannot have any other element other than that. So what if we count the number of 0 1 and 2, right? Since I can have only 0 1 and 2, so if I let's say I have an array, this is only our array, let's say. Okay, so here if I count the number of zeros, so what do I get here? I will be getting 2 zeros, then I have 2 ones and 2 twos, right? So if I keep a count of them, and simply after keeping a count I can insert the values in my array again, we can do that, right? Means what I am saying here is, now let's say we have the example 2 0 1 1 0 2. Okay, let's say this is the array. Now I have a count that 0 is coming 2 times, 1 is coming 2 times, and 2 is coming 2 times, right? So now how can we like rearrange our array? We don't even have to rearrange the array in such cases, because the possibility or the elements that we will be seeing are only 3 elements, 0, 1 and 2, right? So according to that, what we can do, we can start the iteration or we can start inserting the elements in this array, right? Now let's say I have only 2 zeros. So from the 0th index, okay, let's say I have 0 here, from 0th index till less than 2, that is on the 0th and first index in my array, this 0 will be inserted. So what I can do directly is, instead of like rearranging this array, I will be inserting the values. So what I can do is, I will be inserting zeros here, right? After that, this 1 1 0 2 will be same as it is. Now after this, since I have a count of all the 3 numbers, so now 0 is done. After that, I will be moving and seeing the occurrence of 1. So I have 2 occurrences. So what I can do is, like, my I will be starting from the, like, if my O count is n, okay, or I can say n0 is equals to 2. So it will be starting from n0, right? So we can start from I is equals to n0 till less than n0 plus n1, right? What I mean by this is, now let's say I have 1 which is denoted as n1, okay. Now this n1 is occurring 2 times. Therefore, if I am starting from second index, it will go till less than 2 plus 2, which gives me less than 4, right? So in my, this is my for loop, right? For now my iteration will be starting from the second index and it will be going till third index only. So what I can do here is, in my nums, from this will be as it is. From the second index I will start inserting 1, and then on the third index also I will insert 1, and after that 0 and 2 will be as it is. Now after that, what we can do, now I have the count of 2, okay, let's say it is n2. So this is also 2. Now my like insertion of 2 will be starting from the n0 plus n1, right? Means from the 4th index we will start inserting 2. So what we can do is, for I will be starting from n0 plus n1. Now we don't need to go till, like, we don't need to sum up all of them, since we have the n as the length of the array. So we will be going till less than n only, right? After this, we will insert 2 here. So what we will get, from the 4th index we will be starting the insertion of 2. So on 4th index we will insert, and at n minus 1th index we will insert 2, and now we will be returning this nums, right? So this might be seeming complex, but we are doing like very easy operation here, right? This is kind of the easiest medium level question you will be solving, okay? So now what we are doing, basically we are counting the number, okay, counting the occurrences of 0, 1 and 2, and the number of occurrence that we have, we are inserting those value that number of times. That is it that we are supposed to do in this. Now what we are doing, we are once we are counting the number of zeros and ones, right? And after that, again we are iterating in the array for insertion of the value. Now how can we remove this, like, 2 time iteration, right? We need to find a solution in which only once we will be iterating in our array, and within that time we will be reshuffling or rearranging the array, and we will be sorting it, okay? So now let's move on to the optimal approach. So in the optimal approach, what we will be doing is, we will be using 3 pointers, okay? Now here the 3 pointers, what they will do is, one will be maintaining the zeros, the other one will be maintaining ones, and the last one will be maintaining the twos, okay? So one, like, the value that let's say the variable that we will be using are low, mid and high, okay? So basically low will be maintaining the zeros, mid will be maintaining ones, high will be maintaining twos, okay? Like in our binary search, we use mid for iteration, right? Most of the times mid is used for accessing the indexes. So here we will be using mid only, we will compare all the values with mid. Okay, and like why are we doing that is because low and high. Okay, so between that mid will help us to swap the values. If mid is coming across a 1, it will be sorry, mid will come across a 0, then we can swap that with low. And if we are coming across 2 and mid will become equals to 2, then we will be swapping that with high. Okay, so now this algorithm that we are using here is Dutch national flag algorithm. This is quite a famous question. Okay, so this is like one of the very easy question that we are going to see. Okay, but it has been asked in very big MNCs. Okay, so we will be seeing the name of the companies. Okay, before that, let's move on with the question problem. Okay, so now here we know that we will be having low, mid and high, and this will be helping us to maintain the zeros, ones and twos. Okay, now what we will do here is this mid will be helping me to iterate in the array. So we need to keep in check that it does not exceed the length of the array. And since high will also be moving in the backward direction, why it will be moving in the backward direction? Because since the 2 will always lie at the end of the array, like if we have a two twos are there, so it will be at n minus 1th index and n minus 2th index, right? So it is only plausible to use high from the last value only. So for that, what we will do is we will be starting high from the back, and low and mid will be starting from the 0th index. Now our mid will be iterating from like the 0th value. Okay, from 0, and it will be going till less than or equals to high. Okay, so now this is how our iteration will go. Now let's take an example and we will see that clearly. Okay, so let's say I have an array 1 0 1 2 0 and 1. Okay, so now as I said, we will be having a low, mid and high, right? So I will be using mid only for checking the conditions. So if I see that my mid will become equals to 1, I will simply move that mid forward. Okay, so now I have mid is equals to 1 here. Okay, so I will move that forward. Since it is of no use to swap, right, my mid will be used only for maintaining the number of ones. So for that it will be of no use if we are swapping any values. Okay, so just leave it like, let's leave it like that and move forward. Okay, so now my 1 is here and low is still here. After that my 0 will come here, mid will come here and on 0. After that we have 1 2 0 and 1. Now my high is also here only. Now we see that my mid is equals to 0, right? And as I said that when I come across mid equals to 0, I will be swapping it with my low value, right? So now 0 will come here, 1 will be here, 1 will be here again, and we will have 2 0 and 1, right? So high will still be here. We will move low forward. Why? Because this part of the array is sorted now, right? So low will be here and mid will be here. Now my mid is saying it is 1, so it will not do anything, it will simply move forward, as according to this part of the array, like whenever I am seeing a 1, it is sorted, right? So for that reason, what I will do is I will simply move my mid to another, I will increment the value by 1. So my mid will come here now, my low is still here. Now I have a 0 and 1, right? So I see that my value here is 2. Now I need to push that 2 at the end, right? So for that reason, what I will do is I will move that to the end, or I will swap it, right? So 1 will come here again and 0 will be here and 2 will come here now. What I will do now is I will only decrement the value of high. Why do I say that? I know that if I am pushing a value to the end, that is 2, then the value, or we can say that part of the array, okay, this part of the array will be sorted, and till the index that I have low, till that part is also sorted. Okay, so therefore what we will do is we will only move high and the mid values will still be here. Why am I doing this is, now let's say if I had, instead of 1 I had 0 here. Okay, just take the scenario. So let's change the values according to that. Okay, so now what will happen, instead of 1 I will have a 0 here, and now if I had moved forward I might have skipped this value, right? Because if a 0 comes here I need to swap that, right? And if I am getting a value at that index instead of 1, okay, if it is not 1 and like if it is not 1, okay, and like I am simply swapping it, and if a 0 comes there, then in that case my this part of the array will become, like this part will become unsorted, right? So for that case only what we will do is we will not move the mid pointer. Okay, so let's make the change here. Instead of 1 let's change this part to 0. Okay, why am I doing this is, it will make the code understanding easy. So let's make it to 0. Now let me clear this out. So now what I am doing is, my high is here, I am not moving my mid, right? So now till the low part I know that till there it is sorted, right? So now I see that I have a mid here which is equals to 0. I need to swap that with my low, right? So for that case what I will do, I will swap it and I will have 0 here and then 1. This will also become 1. I have a 0 here and this is 2, right? So now my low will move here, right? Whenever I am swapping a value with 0, right, my low will move forward. So now my mid will also move forward and I will see again my high is here, fine. Now my mid is again becoming equals to 0. So for that case what I will do, I will swap these both values. Now what we will get? We will get 0, 0, 1. Sorry, we will have a 0 here, then we will have 1, we will have 1 again and 2. Now when I what happens is, now my high is here, my low value will increment and come here, and mid will come here, right? We will increment the value. Now while iterating, what we gave the condition as, mid will be either less than or equals to high, it cannot exceed that. So as soon as we come across this condition, we will move out of the loop. So this is what we are supposed to do in this question. The question is very easy. Okay, like we will go through the pseudocode. You can try 2 or 3 examples and try to dry run those, as it will help you to gain more depth of about the reason why these are happening. Okay, so now first what we were doing, we were having 3 values. One was low, then we had a mid, and we have high. So low and mid were starting from 0 and high was starting from n-1, and we had a loop which was going from mid till less than n, less than equals to high. So now after this what we will do, we will check for a condition if my mid is equals to 0. In this case I will swap mid value and low value. We will not swap the indexes, we will swap the index values. Okay, right now I am mentioning it like this only, and after this we will increment both of those values. So mid will also increment, low will also increment. After this, in the else if condition, what I will check, if my mid is 1, okay, I don't have to do any changes right now, so I will simply increment my mid value by 1. And in the condition when I see that my mid is becoming equals to 2, so I will be swapping my mid value and high value. Okay, so let's swap both of them. And what I was doing, I was only decrementing high by 1. Why? Because I know that I am sure that that part of my array from the back is sorted, although I am not sure about this mid, right? So for that reason I will only be subtracting the high value, and out of this loop, okay, I will simply return the nums, okay, or the array that I am using. Now let's move on to the code editor. I will mention the better and the brute force approach in my GitHub. You can access those from there. Right now we will be solving this optimal approach on the code editor. So now before that, let's see the companies in which this question has been asked. So this has been asked in like Facebook, Flipkart, Cars24, SAP, Microsoft. Most like these are very big companies, right? So this is just a start. Like you have solved only easy questions, and right now only we move to the medium level questions. But this is a like very big thing if you are able to solve this question, right? And even if you are able to come across like able to think about the brute force approach or the like a better approach, it is a very big thing, because right now we are in the beginning stage only. We have only covered array. According to that, it is a very good thing. So now let's move on to the code editor, okay, and we will run the code there. So let's see the code now. What we will do is, let's declare the variables low, mid and high. One will be both low and mid will be initialized with 0, and high will be initialized with length of nums minus 1, right? So now we have the loop, right? So low, we will have mid iterating till less than or equals to high, right? Now if my mid will be equals to 0, what I was doing is I was swapping the low and mid values, right? So I will have nums of low and nums of mid. Now what we will do, we will simply swap these values. After this, I will increment both of these values, because I know that part of my array is sorted, right? So for that reason, I will simply increment the value, both of them. Now if I find my mid is equals to 1, then I will only increment the value. I will not be swapping it with anything. So now after this, if I am seeing that is equals to 2, so in that case what I will do is, let me copy this out. So with my high values, I will be swapping the mid values, right? So, and here what I will do, I will only be decrementing my high values. So out of this loop, I will return nums, right? So now let's try to run this. Okay. Okay, the thing is, I am checking if mid is equals to 0. I am so like, it will not be mid is equals to 0. We will be checking if nums at that index is equals to 0, right? In the explanation also, I was explaining like that. That's why I missed it out. There also, like we just skip the nums part, right? So there also we need to check the nums value only. So using that, now let's try to run it. So the sample test cases are passed. Let's try to submit it. We are missing one condition here, so let's check if this creates a problem for us or not. So it does not create, but in case like when we have the length of array is only 1, okay, so for that cases we don't need to perform all these iterations. We can simply return the array. You can check that condition if you want, okay. So the sample test cases are passed here. So don't do the mistake like I did here. Like we don't have to compare the indexes, okay, and we don't have to swap the indexes. We will be comparing the value at that index, okay. So keep in mind that. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please let me know in the comments. In case you have any doubt, let me know in the comments too. And in order to continue with me in this coding journey, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you will be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you for watching.